Oh, what's going on, guys? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys. But first things first, as always, hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in today's video, I have something new planned for you guys. We are going to be doing another Chimps strategies for Bloons Tower Defense 6. So for this Chimps strategy, I'm going to mix things up a little bit, and I'll be doing it on a advanced map opposed to the maps that I've normally been doing it on, just because this strategy is so good, and plus you guys have been asking me to do some harder maps with some of these Chimp strats. So the chimp strat that I will be doing today is going to involve Ezili paired with the Apache Prime and the Prince of Darkness. So now that I went ahead and covered that, the map that we will be doing all of this on is going to be Another Brick Chimps mode. So now that I went ahead and covered that, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So the first thing that we're going to start off with here, because we are playing on a little bit of a harder map, is we're going to start off with a dart monkey placed up here in the top. We're going to swap his targeting over to targeting strong, and then we're going to go ahead and place a second and then a third dart monkey right here, and then we can go ahead and press play. So the first thing that we need to pay attention for is, as soon as we can afford to buy a ninja monkey, we need to buy him as soon as possible. Otherwise, we're going to end up losing. I believe on round 8, if I'm not mistaken, that's when we can afford him. So we can afford him at the end of round 8. And if we don't buy him at the end of round 8, then we're going to die on round 9. All right, cool. So let me see here. As soon as we get to round 8, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my auto start, just to make sure that we have enough time in between round 8 and round 9 to make sure that we get the positioning of our ninja monkey good. So while we're saving up the money, I just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it, guys, and I really hope you guys enjoy this strat. I do listen to you guys, and I'm going to start trying to do a couple of harder maps. It's just like when showcasing certain strats, it's nice to play them on easier maps for people who are a little bit newer to the game. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to place our ninja monkey right next to our dart monkey like so, and then we can go ahead and press play. Then we can go ahead and turn our auto start back on, and then we can press fast forward. So because we're playing on Another Brick, we are going to be playing this slightly different. We're not going to be going for the Alchemist first. We're actually going to be going for something else, because if we go for the Alchemist, the ninja monkey is not enough in order to actually deal with round 40. So I'll be sure to explain to you guys once we get to that point what we're going to be doing. Alright, so the first upgrade that we need to buy for our ninja monkey is going to be ninja discipline, and then we need to buy seeking shurikens, because of course we want to make sure that our ninja monkey is being as effective as he possibly can, and we can ensure that by buying these seeking shurikens. And of course, seeking shurikens isn't too expensive, so as soon as we can afford to buy it, we're going to go ahead and get it. There we go, perfect. And now that we have our seeking shurikens, the next thing we're going to buy is we're going to go ahead and buy our sharp shurikens next. Now the sharp shurikens will ensure that we're able to survive up until the point where we can afford to buy our hero. Now, the reason why I'm using Ezili, you guys do not need to use Ezili for this strategy. I used Ezili because, one, she's super cheap, and then on top of that, I have had a couple of people ask me to use Ezili for a chimp strat, because I always say how good she is, but I never actually use her in a chimp strat. So I want to go ahead and showcase Ezili in an actual chimp strat. Now, for the most part, she isn't going to be doing too much. She is going to be our lead popping power at the start of the game, because again, we don't want to go for our Alchemist right out of the gates. But because we have Ezili, Ezili can actually passively pop camo balloons and passively pop lead balloons from level 1. Alright, now that we have all of this set up, the next thing that we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be going straight for balloon jitsu. So it's not going to take us too long to be able to afford it, but I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a speedy bit up until the point where we can afford to do it. You guys don't need to worry about buying an Alchemist, because we do have Ezili, and she's going to deal with the lead balloons on round 28. So guys, sit back, relax, and I'll see you guys on round 28. Alright guys, here we are on round 28, and now we can afford to buy our balloon jitsu. So now that we have our balloon jitsu, the next thing that we're going to go ahead and go for is we're going to be going for our second tower that's going to assist us for round 40. And I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what tower that's going to be, but we're going to end up going for our heli pilot. So as soon as we can afford to buy our heli pilot, we're going to go ahead and do so. We're going to be leveling it up to a tier 3, and then once we get to a tier 3, that's when we're going to be going for our Prince of Darkness, because again, the Prince of Darkness is going to ensure that we're going to be able to make it all the way up to round 100. So for the heli pilot, we're not going to do anything too crazy. We want to make sure that we save a little bit of an area down here like so, because we are going to be placing a monkey village right there. Alright, so let me see here. We're going to go ahead and throw down our heli pilot right here, and then we could go ahead and buy quad darts. Then we'll go ahead and throw them on patrol points. It really doesn't matter, because we're going to be buying pursuit as soon as we can afford to buy it. There we go, perfect. And now the next thing that we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be buying razor rotors, which is a little bit of a hefty investment, but it shouldn't take us too long to actually be able to afford it, and it will ensure that we're gonna be able to beat round 40. Right, guys, while we are saving up for the razor rotors, on top of saying thank you guys once again, I also wanted to say, if you guys at any point find this guide helpful or enjoy the video as a whole, please feel free to drop a like. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload quite a bit of Bloons Tower Defense 6 content, and it really does help me out in getting other people to see the video and all that other fun stuff. But alright, guys, and now as you guys can see, I ended up upgrading our heli pilot to faster firing. And now that we have this, the next thing that we can go ahead and do is now we can go ahead and buy our Alchemist. Now with our Alchemist, we're going to be placing him slightly to the right of our heli pilot like so. We want to try and keep this dart monkey out of range of the Alchemist just to ensure that the dart monkey doesn't steal the buff. Alright, there we go. We have our Berserker Brew, and now the next thing is we just have to wait for our heli pilot to finish up the Moab Balloon. Now that we have all of this, the next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to buy ourselves a monkey village here, and we're going to place it right here down at the bottom like so, as far to the left as we can get it. Now, the reason why we're buying this monkey village is going to be because of the grow blocker. It will help us with round 76, so we don't cause a regrow farm or anything crazy like that. And then on top of that, we also know where to place down our wizard monkey. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to be placing our wizard monkey down right next to our monkey village as far to the left as we can get it. And then we're going to go ahead and upgrade all the way to Necromancer Unpopped Army, and then we're going to buy the Guided Magic and Arcane Blast. The reason why I chose to go with the top path is that because we are on Another Brick, there is this massive wall here, and if we upgrade him to the top path, the Prince of Darkness is actually going to be able to see through the wall, ensuring that no matter where the balloons are, as long as they're within range of the Prince of Darkness, the Prince of Darkness is going to be able to hit him. But anyways, guys, there's not much else that we need to do at this current point in time. If you guys would like, you guys can upgrade the Alchemist to a stronger stim, but you guys don't need to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the point where we can afford to buy the Prince of Darkness, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as we can. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring you back on round 58 because now we can officially afford to buy our Prince of Darkness. Now that we have our Prince of Darkness, we are sitting in a very, very good position. The next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and start upgrading our monkey village to go ahead and increase our tower's popping power and give our heli pilot camo detection as well. So let's go ahead and upgrade to Jungle Drums, and we'll buy our Grow Blocker. Now, if you guys are a little bit curious why I chose to go with the Grow Blocker, it's because what the Grow Blocker on the Monkey Village does is it will actually stop regrow balloons from regrowing, which means that it will help us with some of the higher tiered rounds. Whenever we're getting a bunch of the regrow balloons, the Monkey Village will actually stop them from regenning, and then our towers can go ahead and finish them off. Alright, guys, and now at this current point in time, we're going to go ahead and upgrade our Alchemist to the stronger stim to go ahead and give us a little bit more popping power from our towers. Now that we have the Prince of Darkness, we are setting in a very, very good position, and there's not much else that we need to do besides save up for the Apache Prime. So there's our stronger stim, and now that we have our stronger stim, guys, the next thing that we're gonna be doing is we're going to be upgrading our heli pilot to the Apache Dart ship, and then we're going to be saving up for the Apache Prime. If I'm not mistaken, I should be able to afford the Apache Prime on round 86 or 87. So guys, sit back, relax once again, and I also wanted to mention, sorry guys, I almost forgot one thing. Whenever you see a ZOMG balloon, this little ability down here at the bottom is called Moab Hex. And what it will do is it will pretty much one-shot the ZOMG by doing percentage-based damage to the actual ZOMG itself. So on round 80, and I think round 82 or 83, you guys are going to get a couple of ZOMG balloons. Just go ahead and activate the Moab Hex on those rounds to ensure that you guys are able to deal with those rounds. So guys, now that I went ahead and covered that, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to round 86 or 87. I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, here we are on round 87, and as you guys can see, our strategy is holding up very, very well. Now you guys get an example of what I mean by activating the Moab Hex and what exactly it does to the ZOMGs. It absolutely annihilates them, making it probably one of the strongest abilities in the game. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to save up to buy Apache Prime, and here we go guys, we now officially have Apache Prime. We got it a little bit later than I initially thought. We ended up getting it on round 88 when I thought we would be able to afford it on round 86 or 87. Alright guys, a little bit of a reminder, on round 80, make sure you guys activate your Moab Hex. Round 85, make sure you guys activate your Moab Hex against the ZOMGs because it's going to make your lives a little bit easier. Now that I went ahead and covered all of that, the next thing that we're saving up for is we're saving up for the Monkey Intelligence Bureau. And the reason why we're saving up for the MIB is so our Apache Prime could have an easier time in dealing with the DDT balloons. Even though the Prince of Darkness does an amazing job at it by himself, having the MIB on the Apache Prime definitely does help out. Now that we have all of this, the next tower that we're going to go for is we're going to be going for an Engineer Overclock. Now, there's a couple of different things that you guys can do. You guys can either go for a Balloon Sabo, you guys can go for a glue gunner. There's a couple of different things that you guys can actually do. I chose to go with the Overclock because it's a tower that works really, really well with the Apache Prime because it will drastically increase the Apache Prime's fire rate, making easy work of some of these higher tiered rounds. Alright, and we can almost afford to buy our Overclock. So again, as soon as we can afford to buy it, we're going to go ahead and buy it. We should be able to afford it here in just 1 second. And then following buying our Overclock, the next thing that we want to do is we basically have free reign to do whatever we want. Because we do have the Prince of Darkness, we do have Ezili, we do have a bunch of towers that are very, very good when dealing with late game. So I do recommend getting some sort of towers that helps out with the bad balloon on round 100. So either go for a first strike, go for a dark knight, go for anything that has a bunch of Moab popping power. The tower that I chose to go with is going to be the Spike Factory upgraded to the Spike Storm, because the Spike Storm comes with an ability that we can use, and I think if we do everything correctly, we can actually get the ability off twice before the bad balloon actually pops. And if you guys missed it there, I activated my Moab Hex against round 97. And if you guys were paying attention, the reinforced ZOMG balloons did not stand a chance. I just activated my Overclock on my Apache Prime to make easy work of round 98. And then let's go ahead and come back over here, and then we'll go ahead and grab another Spike Storm as soon as we deal with round 99. And there's our second Spike Storm, and now we are pretty much good to go. We're going to go ahead and activate our first Spike Storm, and then we'll activate our second one. And then once our second one starts to disappear, we're going to go ahead and overclock our Apache Prime, and then we'll activate Moab Hex as soon as we pop those balloons, or pop the bad balloon. But anyways guys, there you have it, a super simple and easy strategy for Another Brick, and also a showcase of the Apache Prime strat with the Prince of Darkness. But anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed this strategy. If you did, please feel free to drop a like button, or hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload quite a bit of Bloons Tower Defense 6 content. And quick announcement guys, there is a sale going on in my merch store until April 8th. So if you guys are into stuff like that and you guys want to support the channel a little bit more, please feel free to go stop by there. It is 15% off up until April 8th. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. But you guys already know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives, and I will see you guys in the next one.